show today, we'll be chatting with Cyril Joseph about his debut novel, The Mystery Heights. Dudley Cowan will share some insight into the Toastmasters organisation. Later in the show, we'll be learning more about the McIntyre Centre Writing for the Disabled organisation, and our musical guest today is Alan McGregor. The Mysteries of the Heights is a gripping tale set against a breathtaking Indian backdrop. This debut novel from author Cyril Joseph will have you hooked until the very end, and we have him here today to discuss his intriguing story. Welcome to the show, Cyril.
Thank you.
Love to have you here. Now tell me, what inspired the story behind the book? What inspired your novel? Is it sort of cultural background, or tell me about it?
Yeah, in fact, there are three incidents, but because of the time constraint, I will be concentrating only on the most significant incident. In fact, it dates back to my childhood when I was mere 5-year-old. And it all started when my parents decided to adopt a newborn girl who had been abandoned near our house.
Oh, wow.
My elder brother, he favored this decision. But surprisingly, I was the only one at home who treated this idea with utmost disfavor.
Sure.
The reason is I was the youngest in the family. Being the youngest, I enjoyed some special rights and privileges. So I felt the entry of this newborn girl into our household, I considered that as a major threat to me. So I resisted vehemently, and because of my resistance, which was totally unexpected from a mere 5-year-old, my parents were forced to abandon that decision with a lot of grief and reluctance.
Sure.
But with the passage of time, I felt some kind of guilty consciousness, and it intensified day by day. Had been admitted into our family, she would have been a great blessing for all of us. She would have been a beautiful lamp in our house. And through my resistance, I denied her a new lease of life.
Yeah.
So even though that was the act of a mere immature, selfish 5-year-old, I felt what I did on that day as something absolutely criminal. So what happened is, with the passage of time, that guilty feeling it took over me, and even now I feel at times her presence. I feel her standing in front of me, knocking on the gates of my heart and pleading for acceptance.
Yeah.
So the recollections about the sister whom I denied, disowned, it played a very important role in the creation of the lead character called Teresa, who is remarkably beautiful, evasive, elusive, and mysterious.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Look, that sounds so beautiful.
Yeah.
Now, I understand in the book there's lots of beautiful things. There's several major characters that's set on the beautiful Indian backdrop.
Yeah.
And look, I'd really encourage our readers out there to get in touch with several online retailers. You can find the details of how to contact and purchase the book on our website, and check that out for more details. And join us after the break when you can stay connected. It's a widely known fact that the biggest fear of most people, even more than death, is public speaking. With me now is the president of Springfield Lakes Toastmasters Club and club founder, Dudley Cowan, to talk about the organisation that is helping people across the globe face and overcome that fear to achieve success. Welcome to the show, Dudley.
Thank you for having me.
Pleasure to have you here. Now tell me, Toastmasters as an organisation, can you tell me a little bit more about what they do and their mission?
Toastmasters is designed to help people with their speaking fears. As you've already alluded to, that's the one great fear other than death.
Yeah.
Many people would prefer to die rather than stand up in public and speak. So we have clubs set up around the world with self-paced programs that enable people to come to us with their specific needs, and then we work through the programs with them, catering for the particular things that they want to achieve, and building self-confidence, and with that, self-worth.
That's fantastic.
I met a man the other day who's joined a Toastmasters club because his daughter is being married in October.
Oh, lovely.
And being father of the bride, he has to make a speech at the wedding. So this has brought him to Toastmasters. And I think he will stay and be a valuable member after the wedding even.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I understand that it's a very special year for the Springfield Lakes branch this year.
Springfield Lakes Toastmasters Club is celebrating its 10th charter anniversary in September this year.
That's fantastic.
We've been through some highs and lows. Right now we're on the ascendancy again, and it just comes good at a very special time in our history.
Yeah.
And we're very pleased with the way things are going with us.
Absolutely. Now, you were saying just before about how it's important, you know, having those people come and be part of the organisation and the community spirit that's a part of it. What part does coaching and mentoring play in that community environment? Well,
it's a big part of the process because each new member is assigned a mentor. And the mentor then will work with them through the time they're with us. They will offer personal evaluations because at each meeting there is an evaluator who evaluates the work that a member does. And I say the word evaluate because we don't judge. We are never judgmental. We evaluate, we support, we encourage.
That's great.
And this is part of building self-confidence, and the self-confidence then will carry on into whatever those people do in the community.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Now, if people want to be a part of the group and come to the meetings, when are those meetings, and how can they get in touch with you? Well,
our meetings are every second and fourth Wednesday at in the community room at Orion Shopping Centre. You can, if most people will be on, have Facebook access. We're on Facebook. We have a website, so it's a matter of just Googling Springfield Lakes Toastmasters Club.
Fantastic.
And the details will be there to contact us.
Brilliant. Now, what normally happens at your evening meetings? What can people expect to be a part of?
They can expect a very warm welcome, and they will be looked after very well. Our meetings will take them through some gentle speaking activities. We have a word for the night where people are encouraged to use that word wherever they speak. We have warm-up sessions where they hop up and talk about a particular topic. We have a little bit more daunting, we have the impromptu speaking where they're asked to speak on a more advanced topic than the warm-up session, and then we have our speeches that members prepare before they come.
That's brilliant. Sounds like something for everyone. Now, if you want to find out more information, just head to our website and you can find out more information about Toastmasters there. Now, earlier, our team went out on the road to meet some of the Toastmaster members. Let's hear what they had to say.
Well, I wanted to become a marriage celebrant, and I did the course and passed, and then suddenly thought, I need to overcome my fear of public speaking.
I used to be with the Department of Primary Industries, Queensland, and I had to talk to a lot of farmers, and it was very important that I learned the public speaking.
I followed Bill, my husband, and I thought it was time that we are doing something we enjoy together.
So I used to work in a very trade-orientated job. Didn't want to do that anymore, wanted to do other things, so really knew that I had to be a good communicator.
I'm at present a DTM, a Distinguished Toastmaster, which took me about 12 years, because a Distinguished Toastmaster has to do at least 45 speeches.
I have only completed 5 speeches in the Competent Communicator Manual.
I'm at present a Distinguished Toastmaster. It has taken me a lot of years to study.
I'm one speech away from completing my accomplished Toastmaster. I'm currently a competent leader, so that means I've done my first 10 speeches and I've done 9 speeches of the second group.
What a brilliant organisation. Thanks, Dudley, for joining us. Next, Writing for the Disabled Australia is an organisation that is putting smiles on the faces of young people with different needs with the help of some very special animals. Eliza Wheeler visited the Pinjarra Hills Centre to find out about the amazing work Julie Tom and her team of volunteers are doing in the community.
We're here today at the McIntyre Centre Riding for Disabled, where every day coaches and volunteers get together to give children with disabilities a chance they wouldn't get to experience in everyday life. Let's go and have a chat to some of the wonderful people who make this place a reality. I'm joined now by Julie Tom, Head of Fundraising here at the McIntyre Centre. Thanks for joining us, Julie.
Thanks for having me.
So tell me a bit about what actually happens here at the McIntyre Centre.
We are a not-for-profit organisation that provides therapeutic riding programs to about 200 children and young adults with disability in Tweed.
And what is your role here?
My role is to bring in the funds to make it happen. Simple as that, not, but anyway, yes.
And how exactly does that work?
We do get some funding by government, but it is very small. So we have 5 thrift shops that bring in gross about $500,000 a year for us, and they are through donations that we receive from people. And then the remainder of our donations will come in from grants and corporate and community and individual donations through our sponsorship program, but just people donating money to us.
Now, you said that this is a non-for-profit organisation. What are the costs like?
Horrendous. We have 30 horses here, and we work on about $5,000 a year to maintain a horse, which if you own a horse, it's more than that. So basically there's $150,000 we need to raise each year just to keep our horses fit and healthy. Then there is the cost of the program. We get covered about 13%. The McIntyre Centre needs to fundraise the balance of that. So the cost to run here is quite intense. Our thrift shops cover the administration cost of the centre. So when people donate $1 to us, we can guarantee it is going back into the riding programs for these children. The parents pay a small subsidy, but it's very minute. It is the McIntyre Centre that funds all of it, predominantly the most of it.
And what makes it all worth it? What impact have you seen on the riders here?
You just have to look at a child's face to notice that, to actually realise the benefit. When you have a child that comes through the door in a wheelchair and then next minute is put on a horse and sits at a 45-degree angle and you see the smile on that face, that's your benefit.
I'm joined now by Gay, the Senior RDA Coach here at the McIntyre Centre. Gay, so thank you so much for talking to us.
Okay.
So tell me a bit about your role in the lessons here.
Okay. Well, I'm a coach and I teach young people with disabilities to ride horses with the help of our fabulous horses and our fabulous volunteers.
And what's the best part about it for you?
The best part about it for me is actually watching these riders grow physically, emotionally, and just in their self-esteem. It's not just improving their body physically, but to see them actually grow in stature and be proud of what they're doing, because quite often they don't have many opportunities. But to be riding a horse, to also be doing it by yourself is quite an achievement. And our range of abilities of our riders is varied. So we could be wanting a rider to even lift their head up. And that, once we see that head lift up, then we know that the core has been worked and all these muscles start getting woken up and wonderful things start happening. To the other spectrum of a rider coming off the lead rope and riding by themselves, going over to Pony Club, competing. So we have a very, very wide range. So any kind of improvement, and we see it on a daily basis.
And what actually goes into making these classes run smoothly?
A lot. So to make these classes run smoothly, we must have good horses, coaches trained well, and our fabulous volunteers that we cannot live without. And then on the other side there is fundraising. Without the fundraising we wouldn't exist at all. But it really takes a lot. It's a real team effort here at the McIntyre Centre, and we band together and we're always seeing what could be improved, what's not working, what's working, and we go from there.
And what makes it all worth it? What impact do you see on the children here?
Oh, I see fabulous impact. I see that I can see riders that are feeling tall for the first time, going from a wheelchair onto a nice tall horse, looking down at people. I've seen children with their self-esteem just blossoming. It is just fantastic. Then the physical side of things, seeing them actually be able to wake up muscles that have been laying dormant, because it's a fun thing. It's like a physio session, but a lot more fun. And it really does wake up those wonderful core muscles and to see them actually be able to even hold a head up, or instead of slumping, have that nice straight back. And it just, there's a lot of benefits. And I see them every day. I'm very, very lucky.
From an early age, Alan McGregor has been inventive and creative in his musical work. He joins us today as the man behind the eclectic sound of the song Shattered Dreams. Welcome to the show, Alan.
How you going, Tammy?
I'm very well, thank you. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Oh, it's quite a drive, but how you got here?
All the way down from the hill of Toowoomba.
Yeah, through the fog. Yeah. Up there with all the Toowoomba nights. That's how we roll.
Yeah, absolutely. And was it hard to leave your 6 children this morning?
No. No, not at all. No,
I can't imagine.
It was great.
So tell me, having a big family like that, does it make it hard for touring and for doing what you do as a musician?
Sometimes, yeah, it can be a bit how you doing, but mainly it's expensive. You know, like having so many kids, you just don't want to do that.
No, minivan and everything, I imagine.
3 of them. Land Rover. No, but let's not get into that anyway. Yeah.
Let's not. Let's maybe talk about the music some more then.
Good idea.
Now, I understand that you used to be the frontman for the Australian U2 tribute band. That's a mouthful.
Yeah, I was. The Joshua Tree, it was called. Yeah, we've done a fair bit of touring around Southeast Asia, Great Britain, Australia, but yeah, sort of changed a bit now. Got a bit older, doing other things like original music.
That's exciting though.
Oh yeah, well I'm trying anyway. You know, some of the songs are not what you call great, but hey, some of them are all right.
Absolutely. Now, I know being a musician myself, there's a lot of training and things that you do, and I hear that sometimes you have to write 1 in 30 songs for them to actually be a hit and be good. So it is quite a lot of hard work. Yeah, well, and my experience has been like 1 in 70. You sit there, and there's been a lot of I wouldn't endorse it, but a lot of alcohol and stuff like that have gone into the songwriting. Let's not endorse that. No, and don't drink alcohol. Absolutely. Now tell me about the song that you're performing for us today, Shattered Dreams. What sort of inspired?
Well, years ago we were sitting down and I was just playing around with 4 chords. Yeah. And I was just wondering, I've got to come up with something that'll go with that. And well, that was back in the days when Google was just born, so it's like, what do you do to write a song that people are going to listen to? So it had to have a bit of a hook. And me being not so intelligent as I thought I was, I'm sitting there going a hook, and I'm thinking Peter Pan type thing, and, but no, I don't really know. It's just that the words and music just sort of came together and it just kind of worked. And well, we've all got the X stories, but I'm not going to get into that either. Right, but yeah, basically it's based on a little bit of that sort of thing, and thinking positive and. I don't know, really. Yeah, almost sort of being able to move on in a way. Yeah, finding it's that hope. It's a different kind of song. Yeah. There's none others like it, really.
No worries. I'm looking forward to hearing it later in the show. Now, tell me, with your originals, what sort of what do you prefer doing? Do you prefer doing the covers, or do you prefer doing the originals, or maybe a mix of both?
With the covers, it's good for getting an income, I suppose. But singing someone else's songs, ultimately that's all you'll ever do. But doing the originals, I mean, it's a much harder field, to actually get paid work to do that sort of thing. And you've got to work a little bit harder, but the rewards are well worth it in the end. I mean, here I am with you, Tammy.
I know, TV.
Yeah, I know, like bright lights and everything. So.
That's it, in the studio. No, that's great. Now look, you play at live gigs fairly regularly around the place.
I do, yeah.
Now, do you play a fair bit in Toowoomba where you're based?
Well, I've only just really moved up to there from the lovely town of Ipswich, but I was playing in the lovely town of Ipswich quite a lot. And, well, I was basically, probably 3, maybe 4 gigs a week in Ipswich. And, sure. But when you're playing covers all the time, you just sort of get sick of playing the same music over and over, but it's the same with originals as well. But
that's true, absolutely. Well, I'll let you head off over to our performance area so you can get ready for the performance of Shattered Dreams.
No worries at all.
No worries.
Looking forward to it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Tammy.
Cheers. To get hold of Alan's music, go to reverbnation.com or check it out on SoundCloud. But now Alan will perform for us for his album Unblocked, his original song, Shattered Dreams.
A fire flame, it rose around in the deep depths of my soul. Vanished, it feeds on the moods and the feelings of anger, hurt and pain. And teardrops, they fall like pelting rain on a Sunday morning. Never before, and I'm crawling, begging, beckoning for release. I'm crawling, begging, beckoning for relief. And feelings, they eat at my heart as it burns this inferno, and I can't control this fire flame anymore, so it burns out of turn, engulfing the sanity of my mind. And I'm crawling, begging, beckoning for my eyes, and flashbacks, they are a common occurrence. So now I lay awake and fear the night fire, which so often shatters and breaks my dreams. And I'm crawling, begging, beckoning for release. And I've visualized myself laced in a black web of confusion, and struggling to break free from the sticky webs of anger, hurt and pain. And I ponder and I wander to the point of insanity. Well, don't try to understand everything, but I still beckoning for relief.
Wasn't that great? Thanks for that, Alan. Thanks for joining us on the show. If you'd like more information about any of our stories or guests, head to our website connectedtv.com.au. Thank you to our guests Cyril Joseph, Dudley Cowan and Alan McGregor. Until next time, stay connected.